Hey guys, now you can follow me on Facebook. Just go to facebook.com/UltraMaximusReviews. Cybertron Weekly is your central hub for everything Transformers. What do you think's making all that noise? Misa don't know! You, sir, are f***ed. Oh, no. You suck. Hello YouTube, UltraMaximus back with another toy review, and I'm in the kitchen, so you're going to hear the birds in the background getting loud, making noise, because this is too big to do on my normal stand. It's Trypticon. Now, I picked this up at my local Ollie's for $49.99, which I was super ecstatic about. I'd seen all the postings that Trypticon was going to be on sale there. I ended up going there on a Thursday. I couldn't find it, and one of the girls at the store had said they had sold out at about 11 a.m. that morning, which I was kind of upset, of course, but I'm like, it is what it is. And somebody had called the store while I was at the register, and the cashier picked up, and she said, well, we have one left if you can get here. And she repeated it to him and basically told him that she couldn't hold it. And I said, what was he looking for? And she said, a Transformer. And I'm like, do you still have it? And there it is. She pulled it out from back from the shelf, and I got one last minute. I was like, woohoo! So if you are that guy in Indianapolis, sorry bro, but not sorry. So yeah, super excited here. Here's the front of the packaging. It says Transformers Generations. We get some really cool artwork at Trypticon right here. Dinosaur mode, spaceship mode, city mode. We get, I don't know, some robot jet. Looks like an Autobot actually. Then we get a 6-shot over here. So pretty cool looking. Top of the package has got, basically, we get Necro right here. He turns, Headmaster turns into the head for full tilt. And then we got Trypticon, Dinosaur, spaceship, and city mode. Side of the packaging has a humongous write-up here on Trypticon. So I'm just going to kind of bring this in. If you want to pause and read this, you are more than welcome to. So yeah, there is that. Let's see, this side of the package just has a picture of Trypticon. Back of the packaging, it shows everything that it can do. So we got the giant robot, or dinosaur robot. I guess we got Necro that turns into the head, that turns into full tilt's head. I guess full tilt turns into a car. There is the city mode. It shows, looks like we have, was it Overboard? Not Overboard. The Carrier bot, and then we've got Hot Rod down here for size comparison. And then it's got one of the Decepticons in a base mode over here that can actually attach to him. We've got the spaceship mode, city mode obviously, and then it shows, hey look, the little guys, they can eat the little Headmaster guys, which is kind of interesting. Then he comes out the tail, it looks like, I guess, right there, which is interesting. And then here are all the Headmaster units, other figures that you can get. Sky Shadow, that's this guy right here, Blitzwing, and Misfire, and I don't have any of those guys, so yeah. But yeah, this is definitely a huge, humongous figure, and I'm excited. Let's go ahead and get Trypticon out of package and see what we think. So here we have Trypticon out of package, and as you can see, there is some assembly required. I will say that this was a lot easier to get out of the box than some of the smaller Transformers, which is kind of funny. And then on the back, we got his little car buddy, and then the Headmaster unit is already inside there, so it was kind of interesting. how they came packaged. So I'm going to go ahead and assemble Trypticon off screen, and we'll take a look. Now, before I actually do that, he does come with a massive set of stickers, which is crazy. I'm not going to put all the stickers on for this video, but yeah, so he does come with a ton of stickers, and this, of course, is instructions, and then he's got his little collector card inside as well. So let's go ahead and put this big mammer jammer together and see what we think. So here we have Trypticon out of the package, and this guy is huge. I will give him that. I am digging him. I think he's pretty neat. I think it's a nice update. I will say, when you go to assemble the guy, the head out of the package is backwards. And that confused me because I thought the legs were backwards and spun them around to get them to fit onto the hips. However, they wouldn't go down into the pieces correctly. And then when I folded the arms down and opened them up, I realized, hey, this is backwards. So these do come off. They don't permanently attach, which is nice. Be sure to spin the head around backwards because the car needs to be in the front. And that's the biggest confusion because there are no instructions in the box. Now, here's his little headmaster guy. This is actually kind of a cool play gimmick. You can open up a Trypticon, and there is a little tube that he swallows, and it goes down into the back of the dinosaur. There's the translucent plastic back here, and he can eat all the little headmaster guys down there. There's also a play gimmick on the top of the head where you take the headmaster and then you plug it into the port, and his nose piece pops up here to reveal a gun. However, it doesn't really want to stay in place when it's not in that mode. I mean, it sits there, but it's not really secure, and it may just be mine. It completes the head out with the purple, and it looks really nice, but yeah. And I do like that gimmick. I like how that works, and he's got the gun there, he's got the gun there. Great paint on the figure. It definitely looks like the old late 80s figure. And it's even got the little walkable toes down here, which is very nice. I definitely dig that. I thought that was a lot of fun. I'm going to take this piece off of here for a second. Now, as far as articulation goes, there is no rotation in the head. It does move up that far. The jaw is articulated, so it can open up. It can rotate that far down. So here is your head motion. These arms swing around. They do swing out about that far. There is a single joint at the elbow right there. The hands have a lot of motion. They do not have a twist. There is a hinge for the claws. That's about it right there. And then the legs on the figure, they kind of move up and down. They move out just a hair. There is a very large ratchet joint for the knee. The toe is articulated, but that's really kind of more for transformation. And well, that's about it as far as articulation on this guy. He's just a big, neat looking dinosaur. So taking a closer look at the detail on the figure, I mean, it does look nice. I really like the way Trypticon looks here. I think they did a good job updating. I love the eyes, the translucent plastic. Again, let me show off the play gimmick here. You're going to push this down. That pops out. We get the nice, let me get the mouth open here. We get the nice silver paint apps on these guns. I think that is very cool. All the little detail that they've got molded in, very nice. It's obviously just the same, if I can get this in the frame, the same on this side. Overall, they did a good job with the top of the figure. I dig it. I think it looks like Trypticon. It's definitely a lot of fun. So taking a look at the midsection of the figure, again, lots of nice detail. I like the translucent on his leg here, very reminiscent of the G1 figure. So much sculpted detail everywhere. I like the purple and the green. That looks really nice. all the detail as far as the mechanics go on the figure. I like the yellow paint. There are a lot of stickers on this. There's like 158 stickers, which I don't think I'll ever put on there because I hate stickers. But yeah, definitely very cool, and it looks good, I think, even without the stickers. Kind of looking at the back side of the figure, again, I like all the kind of turquoise, the purple, all that looks really, really cool. Very, very nice. Just kind of flip it over here on this side. Again, very nice. Love the orange translucence. It really, really pops out on the figure, I think. They did a good job with that. And yeah, overall, I can't complain. It looks like the G1 toy in a modern mold. And finally, taking a look at the legs of the figure. Again, I like how they got these little purple bits. Let me see if I can get it on camera. Right here, where it kind of looks like the old toy where it would walk. So that's kind of fun. Nice little nod to that. I love the translucent plastic here. So when he swallows the little headmaster pieces, they go down here, and then you can pull them out. That's very, very cool. Very fun. Lots of detail. I love the silver tip on the toes. I think that's a nice little additive there. The tail is a little bulky for me. I would have liked to see this taper off a little bit more, but you know, looking at the old toys, it was really kind of similar. It just looks like it's missing a piece to me. But looking at the instructions, that's the way it's supposed to be. So yeah, I mean, it is what it is there. But yeah, definitely a lot of fun and a big, bulky Transformer. The nice thing about this guy is once you get him in a stance like this, he is not going to fall over anytime soon. For comparison, here we have Trypticon next to a super dusty Metroplex. He's still the biggest one, I think, of all the Transformers that have been produced. So he is considerably smaller than Metroplex, which is a bit unfortunate because these two are supposed to be the same size. But it's definitely cool to see him next to Metroplex. And if you get Metroplex into kind of a wrestling type position, I think you can kind of fudge the size a little bit, but definitely fun to see them next to each other. Here we have Trypticon next to an equally dusty Fortress Maximus. This is the G1 Encore Edition, which is my favorite Transformer, just because I love the original toy back in the day and never had him. And he's way more to scale, I think, with this figure than he is with the Metroplex. But he's still taller than the Dino here, and that's kind of interesting, but definitely fun to see these ginormous Transformers next to each other. Here we have Trypticon next to the, is this Year of the Dragon Starscream? I can't remember which one it is. The Ultimate Starscream, definitely one of my favorite Transformers in the collection. But he does tower over this guy, which is very, very cool. Definitely a big figure. And here we have Trypticon next to a very dusty Devastator with the Prowlator head on him. He's about the same height as Devi here, but he's definitely a lot bigger, which is kind of funny because they're supposed to be in the same class. Definitely fun to see them side by side, and he's rightfully bigger than Devastator. But he should be a lot bigger than Devastator, actually, but I don't know. I still love this Devastator. It's a lot of fun, but these are definitely my biggest Decepticons in the collection. And here we have Trypticon next to another equally dusty Transformer, Unicron. Oh, I need to dust my top shelf. And as you can see, he towers over Unicron, and I really think we need a Unicron in our next Titans batch of figures. He's getting outclassed. He's just getting outclassed, guys. What do you think? Would you like to see a new Unicron figure? Leave a comment down below. And for some non-Transformers comparisons, here we have Trypticon next to King Kong from Skull Island. This is the giant 18-inch figure that was the Walmart exclusive. And Kong's actually a little bit taller than Trypticon right there. But Trypticon definitely outmasses him. Very cool. He would make a great Godzilla size for this version of Kong. And finally, here we have Trypticon next to his brethren, Dinosaur. It's giant-sized Godzilla, and Godzilla is bigger. This is probably, I think, one of my, if not my largest figure in my toy collection, right up there with Metroplex. Godzilla is definitely a lot taller, and as far as plastic goes, they might be pretty similar, but I think Trypticon's got him beat in volume and plastic, just because he's a Transformer, and yeah, definitely interesting to see them side by side. Alright, so here we have Full Tilt and Necro next to Trypticon, and as you can see, they are very tiny in comparison, but I will say this guy is actually pretty impressive to me. It's a very solid piece, and it transforms a lot more complicated than I was expecting, so that's very cool. He's probably about a scout size vehicle here. So what you do is you lift it up, and there's lots and lots of detail, if I can get this in the camera here, in there, which is very cool. And then little Necro just kind of sits inside like that, and he drives around, and that's the way it comes packaged. It's attached onto Trypticon's chest up here, and you just kind of fold the piece down on Trypticon and pull him off, and yeah, so very, very cool. Now, as far as transformation for Full Tilt, again, more complex than I had anticipated. If I can get it in camera here. So you're going to pull these feet pieces down right here, flip them out like that, then you're going to rotate his legs around, pull these back around like this, and kind of put them there, and then that ball joint keeps popping off. His hands are going to pop out. Hands are going to pop out, and then let's see here, his gun comes out like that. And yeah, there we go. Here we have Full Tilt. Got to put his crotch piece up like that. So there is Full Tilt minus the Headmaster. And then the Headmaster unit, just kind of a close up on him, if I can get it into camera. There he is. Focus. Yeah, he's not going to focus. I'm too far away. So you're going to pull this down, and you're going to attach the Headmaster into the head like thus. You got to turn the head around sideways to actually get him in there, and you can't see any of this. Alright, so yeah, there he is. Oop, get him back into camera and see if I can get him more into focus. Alright, so yeah, we definitely like this guy. Pretty cool. And again, a lot more complicated than I thought he was going to be. A pretty decent sized Transformer. If I'm getting back into camera here, the head does rotate back and forth, which is very nice. He's got a ball joint up here. He's got a single joint down there. There's a mushroom peg right there. There's nothing twist at the waist. Ball joint up here like that. He's got a mushroom peg right there, and then a single joint right there. But overall, yeah, I mean, this is a pretty cool looking dude. I like the way he looks. I like the paint apps. Very fun, very nice, very purpley, and yeah, I mean, he's probably, I would say, pretty close to a scout-sized figure. Now, for comparison, I'm going to have to say I lied to you. He's really more of a deluxe-sized figure, because here we have him next to Hot Rod from the Combiner Wars. And yeah, he's pretty much a deluxe-sized figure, which is pretty darn cool. Now, Trypticon is a Transformer, and he's a triple changer, which is lots of fun. He turns into a spaceship and a city mode. So let's go ahead and take a look at his spaceship mode and see what we think. So here we have Trypticon in his spaceship mode, and it's kind of a bleh mode. Now, mine's got kind of a weak gun turret right here, which it just kind of wants to fall. I mean, it goes into place right there. It's just, it needs a little floor polish, I think, and it wants to pop off half the time, which is a bit unfortunate, but I'm not going to complain. I paid $50 for it. But overall, it's interesting, I guess. It's just one of the modes. This is definitely not the way it's going to be displayed. The funny thing is it has like the tiniest little wings right there. Does not want to clamp together very well, at least mine does not. I like this giant cockpit right here, and I feel like this should pop up and we should have like a large deluxe class transformer or something flying around in it. But overall, yeah, I mean, it's an okay mode, but it's not the best. So here we have Trypticon in his city mode, and this thing is huge. In fact, it's so huge, it's like coming off of these two trays here. Definitely very cool. Here we have the little headmaster of the car. He can roll down the little ramp off into oblivion here because he's just kind of sitting around in nowhere. I love this mode. I think this is a lot of fun. This is a great looking playset, way better than the spaceship mode. This reminds me of the old school playsets from the 80s, like, you know, Snake Mountain, Castle Grayskull, Metroplex, this guy. Definitely a lot of fun. Loving this. Makes me want an Omega Supreme as the next Titan class figure, just to have the big track. I think that would be a lot of fun. But yeah, this is definitely very cool. I love all this transparent, translucent turquoise plastic. I think that looks gorgeous. How long that's going to exist, I don't know. Now, one of the fun things are the little compartments that you can get into, and like here you can lift up, and there are little components that you can get into. It's kind of hard to see because it's back here, but yeah, you can lift this up, and they're little cells, I guess, prison cells to put stuff in here. There's a little trapway on the side. I guess I can move these over here sideways just a little bit. So yeah, there's a little compartment where the headmaster guys can walk in and out. There are little cells that you can put the guys in, which is very, very fun. Yeah, it just really does remind me of the old 80s style, as I mess this up here, old 80s style play sets when I was a kid. Definitely love them. I had the Castle Grayskull when I was younger. I did not have Snake Mountain, and for some reason this really reminds me of Snake Mountain. It might be because of the purple. I'm not really sure, but yeah, definitely a lot of fun. And the other cool component to this is you can actually connect some of the Voyager class figures oh goodness, what's his name? Storm Shadow or Sky Shadow. He turns into a base, the Voyager figure turns into a base, and you can connect him here, and then you can put one over there as well. So that's a lot of fun, where you can interconnect all the different cities and bases and make a massive Decepticon display. However, that would be only in some kid's bedroom on the floor in a playset mode, because man, this thing would be crazy to display up on the shelf. But it is definitely a lot of fun. Just absolutely love this. It's gorgeous, very cool, and is the second strongest mode aside from the dinosaur. So is Trypticon a figure that you want in your Transformers collection? Well, if you like the big giant Transformers, this is definitely one to get. If you had the old Trypticon when you were a kid, this might be something that you're after. If you like the Titan Masters, yeah, absolutely. If you've got Metroplex, I think this is definitely one to pick up. Now, he came out after Fortress Maximus, which he's the nemesis to Metroplex, which I do have the Metroplex figure. I never did get the new Fortress Maximus. I got the G1, obviously, but I never did get the new one, which I'm fine with. I like this with my Metroplex figure. He's definitely going to be on the shelf next to him, and yeah, I mean, absolutely love it. Now, one of the things I did not show off in earlier videos, you can pull your weapons up like that and attack, which is very, very fun. But Trypticon really kind of kept them down like that most of the time when he was walking around as a big old dinosaur. So yeah, very cool. So is he worth 150 bucks? I don't know. Yeah, I mean, if you like the great big Transformers, sure. If you wanted to get him when it first came out, I guess. It's absolutely worth $50 if you've got an Ollie's. Unfortunately, by now they're probably sold out, but definitely check because some people may have brought them back in. They also might be hitting eBay and Amazon and Walmart.com at slightly higher prices, but under that $150 mark. If you can get him under $100, absolutely, I say buy him without hesitation. If it's over $100, beware. I definitely wouldn't pay over $150 for it because that's retail, and you can still get them. I know ThinkGeek at the time of this recording still has these figures in store for $150, so you can get them there if you're actually that desperate trying to find one. Go to GameStop.com, go to ThinkGeek, or walk in the brick and mortar. ThinkGeeks will have them. So yeah, I'm ecstatic to have him in my collection, especially for $50. I think it was totally worth it, and it was a lot of fun to go out there and getting him last minute like that. That really made my day, so definitely lots of fun. Glad he's in the collection, and I do recommend him if you like giant dinosaur transformers. So there he is, Trypticon from Titan's Return.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you like this video, thumbs it up. If you hate this video, thumbs it down. To watch more Ultra Maximus, click on the links to the right. Don't forget to subscribe and share, like us on Facebook, and look for more videos in the future.